If you're a fan of Korean drama, emotional award moments, and heartwarming celebrity stories, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're bringing you the full footage from one of the most unforgettable moments at the 61st Baeksang Arts Awards, Hyun Bin's emotional grand prize win. But what truly stole the spotlight wasn't just the trophy. It was the heartfelt thank you message he delivered to his beloved wife, Sun Ye-jin, and their adorable son, baby Alkong. From a standing ovation to the tears in Sun Ye-jin's eyes, we'll show you everything, uncut and up close. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss more exclusive K-drama and celebrity content just like this. Now let's dive into this beautiful, tear-jerking moment that had the entire nation talking. In an unforgettable night that has now etched itself into the hearts of millions. Hyun Bin stood under the glittering lights of the 61st Baeksang Arts Awards stage, his eyes shimmering with emotion, his voice trembling with sincerity. The entire hall was bathed in an atmosphere of reverence as the actor, one of Korea's most beloved stars, accepted one of the most prestigious awards of the night. But it wasn't just the win that stunned audiences. It was what followed, the heartfelt, deeply personal tribute to his wife Sun Ye-jin and their baby, affectionately nicknamed Alkong, that left everyone in awe and brought many to tears. Clad in a classic black tuxedo that reflected his timeless elegance, Hyun Bin appeared more grounded, more human than ever. The cameras flashed wildly as his name was announced, and as he slowly made his way to the stage, a mixture of joy, disbelief, and overwhelming emotion washed over his face. It was not just a victory for his acting, but a moment that symbolized years of dedication, growth, and quiet perseverance behind the spotlight. As the applause died down, Hyun Bin gripped the trophy tightly, pausing for a moment as if to gather the right words, not as an actor, but as a man, a husband, and a father. What he said next silenced the room. I didn't expect this, he began, his voice cracking slightly. This award means so much to me, not just because it honors my work, but because of the journey I've taken to stand here. The camera cut briefly to Sun Ye-jin, seated in the audience, her eyes glistening. She wore a soft smile, equal parts pride and tenderness, dressed in a graceful ivory gown. She looked at Hyun Bin with the kind of warmth only real love can bring. Their bond, one that began on the set of Crash Landing on You, had now transcended fiction, becoming a beautiful reality that fans across the globe deeply cherish. Hyun Bin's voice deepened, and with each word, the atmosphere thickened with raw emotion. I want to thank someone who has been a light in my life, especially in the most challenging times. My wife, Ye-jin. You've given me more than I ever thought I deserved. Your unwavering love, your strength, your laughter at the end of long days, they have all grounded me, lifted me, and reminded me what truly matters. Gasps and murmurs swept through the crowd, not out of surprise, but out of the sheer intimacy of the moment. In a glitzy world of entertainment where public figures often guard their personal lives with steel walls, this public declaration felt like a rare window into something profoundly sacred. And to our little miracle, Hyun Bin continued, now visibly holding back tears, my beautiful baby boy Alkong. Though you may not understand these words yet, someday you will. You changed everything. When I hold you, the world feels whole. You've given me a purpose beyond fame, beyond the stage. I hope one day, when you look back at this, you'll know how much you were already loved from the very start. The Baeksang Arts Awards have always been a celebration of talent, emotion, and the highest caliber of performance in Korean film and television. But this year, something extraordinary happened. When Hyun Bin's name was announced as the winner of the grand prize at the 61st Baeksang, the entire room erupted into thunderous applause. But what followed wasn't just another acceptance speech. It was a moment that moved hearts, a moment soaked in gratitude, sincerity, and love, not just for the craft, but for family. Clad in a tailored black tuxedo with a hint of deep navy, Hyun Bin walked slowly up the stage, eyes slightly glassy, lips pressed into a gentle smile. The cameras flashed, and in the audience, fans and celebrities alike watched in hushed awe. It had been over a decade since his debut, and tonight it all culminated into this, one of the most prestigious awards in his career. But even with the golden trophy in his hand, it wasn't pride that filled his voice. It was humility, it was warmth, and it was the love of a man not only proud of his work, but of the people who stood by him on this journey. As the microphone stood before him and the crowd settled, Hyun looked into the audience and paused. That silence wasn't awkward, it was powerful. And then, softly, he began, "I never thought I would stand here again, especially with this kind of recognition. Tonight is not just about my performance. It's about those who carried me through the darkest and brightest moments." He thanked his directors, his co-stars, his agency. But what truly captivated everyone, those in the hall and the millions watching online, was what came next. His voice trembled ever so slightly. "To my wife, Sun Yee-jin," he said, eyes scanning the room until they landed on her. Seated near the front row, her hands gently clasped together, tears beginning to form in her eyes. "You've been my light, my strength, my mirror when I doubted myself, and my anchor when things felt unstable." A visible wave of emotion swept through the audience. Some gasped quietly, others simply smiled, witnessing what felt like not just a speech, but a love letter unfolding on live television. Hyun continued, "This award is not just mine. It's yours too. You've seen me at my lowest and stood by me without asking for anything in return. You've inspired me, challenged me, and reminded me every day what it means to live truthfully, to act truthfully." He paused again, taking a deep breath before the words that would soon trend across every platform in Korea and across Asia. "And to our son, our little Alkong," he said, his voice cracking just enough to reveal the father behind the actor, the man behind star. "I don't know if you'll remember this night, or if you'll ever watch this video when you grow up. But everything I do now, every role I take, every script I choose, I think of you, of the future I want you to be proud of. This trophy, it's for you too, my son. For the quiet nights when I come home late and you're already asleep, and for the mornings when your smile gives me strength I never knew I had." By now, Sun Yee-jin could be seen wiping tears from her cheeks. The camera zoomed in briefly, capturing the rawness of the moment. A family forged not only in fame, but in love and shared dreams. The silence in the hall was profound. You could almost hear the hearts beating, the emotion shared between a man and the people who shaped his world. Fans took to social media in seconds. "Hyunbin's speech just made me cry," one viewer wrote on X, formerly Twitter. "The way he said, 'Our little Alkong, my heart can't take it,'" another posted. Video clips of the moment hit 1 million views within hours, with hashtags like hashtag Hyun Baeksang 2025, hashtag Sun Yee-jin Tears, and hashtag Alkong trending across South Korea, Japan, Vietnam, and the Philippines. What made this speech so unforgettable wasn't just the award or even the surprise mention of their child. It was the vulnerability. In an industry known for its polished surfaces, Hyun shattered that illusion for a